What's up guys, lately there's been an influx of new players joining the game with questions that Trello may or may not be able to help them with. So in this video I'm going to be making a guide to DeepFaken and just about everything you need to know. When you first spawn in, the very first thing you should do is click the level up button in the top left corner of your screen. This opens up the kit menu where you can choose a variety of kits for all sorts of playstyles. Just read through them and choose the one that fits you the most. While you read through them, you may have noticed you get perks for certain level thresholds. For each kit, at level 1 you automatically get a perk, at level 10 you get the second perk, and at the max level, which is 20, you get the last perk. I know it says levels 1, 2, and 3, but don't let that confuse you. To level up, the only thing you have to do is kill a player once. Each level up is an increase to max HP, going all the way up to 150 HP at level 20, excluding HP kit buffs. The second thing you should do is find this red key. Click on it and complete the tutorial. It will help you learn more about the game and give you the Oni oath once you complete it. Moving on, let's get into the weapons section of this guide video. To start off, come over to this gray clock looking thing. Now you might already know what this is if you did the tutorial, but if not, all good, I'll explain it to you. When you click the world clock, it begins to spawn a boss. Bosses spawn instantly in private servers, by the way, if you ever need to farm them quickly. Every time you click the world clock, a counter known as pity goes up. When you reach enough pity, the next boss to spawn will automatically be one of the special ones. There are two categories for bosses. Mini bosses, the ones that won't give you much trouble at all, and they all have the same loot pool, and regular bosses, being Hesadero and Resonance God. They both drop their own set of weapons. Whenever there's an event going on, the only bosses that drop event weapons will always be one of these two special bosses, so just keep that in mind. On the topic of weapons, let's now move on to bells and how to obtain them. In this game, everything that's killable gives you bell XP, so that includes players and bosses alike. To obtain your bell, you have to get a certain amount of bell XP in one life. Once you do, you'll see a glow around your character indicating that you've gotten it. There are many different bells you can obtain, with the ones having rarities ranging from common, rare, legendary, and the rarest of all, mythical. But do keep in mind that even common bells are good, so even if you don't get a mythical one, no worries, the majority of the bells in this game are pretty balanced. Next up, let's talk about attunements. I can keep this pretty short because it's honestly pretty self-explanatory. When you spawn in, there's an NPC in front of you called Risky. All you have to do is click on an attunement to change yours. The only attunement that requires you to unlock it currently is Owl Plume. To get Owl Plume, first switch your attunement to Shadow, then obtain the marksman weapon. After that, come over to this NPC right here, talk to him, and he'll give you Owl Plume at the cost of sacrificing your weapon. Now let's get into the final part of the video, which are oaths, the most important aspect of the game. I'm going to be going through every oath one by one and how you can obtain them, excluding the limited time oaths. Just a little heads up, you have to obtain every oath in the order I talk about them to get to the next one, which means, for example, you can't get Duke without Synapse and Sharko without Duke, and so on. The first oath I'll be talking about is the Synapse oath. With this oath, you get a mantra called It's Lag and you teleport to the nearest player with no ether cost. And no, you don't have fly hacks. To obtain this oath, you need 4 badges, those being the Promodon badge, the Prime Fallen badge, the Prime Despawn badge, and the Task Complete badge. To get the Promodon badge, you only have to kill 5 people as Promodon, so that shouldn't be too hard. For the Prime Fallen badge, all you have to do is have the Hesadero boss die. You don't have to kill him or even contribute to the damage, just have him die in the same server as you. For the Prime Despawn badge, you have to have Hesadero despawn. I recommend you do this in a private server because it takes 16 minutes or so for him to despawn. For the last badge, you have to get a kill streak of 20, and after that, boom, now you have all the badges. After you have all the badges, come over to this rock right here, and make sure you have some sort of fist weapon or else you can't click on the rock. After clicking on the rock, under it is the Synapse oath, and congrats, you now have the Synapse oath. The second oath I'll be talking about is the Duke oath. When you use this oath, you get a Duke shield and a mantra called Duke Stop. The Duke shield has a certain amount of HP and automatically parries any incoming damage, but be careful because after the shield is up, you can't get it back unless you reset. The Duke Stomp is a ranged vertical stomp that pushes away anyone from you with moderate ether costs. To get this oath, you only need the True Demon badge because you already got the previous badges. To get the True Demon badge, come over to this NPC right here. When you click on him, you'll be set in Hell mode. What Hell mode does is give you half your max HP, making you extremely squishy. So just like the Task Complete badge, this time all you have to do is get a 10 kill streak. After you've gotten the badge, come over to this picture of Duke, click on him, and boom, now you have the Duke oath. The third oath I'll be talking about is the Sharko oath. When you use this oath, you get plus 10 max HP and a mantra called Coral Spear. When you use the Coral Spear, you shoot out orbs just like a Sharko would in a decent sized AoE, dealing moderate damage. To get this oath, come over to the world clock. Every time you click on the world clock, an image of a small Sharko has a 1 in 75 chance to spawn. Once you find this image, click on him and boom, you've now obtained the Sharko oath. For the last 3 oaths on DeepFaken, I'm actually going to leave a link to Frost's channel where he has a guide on how to get them in the description. I think I pretty much covered anything that was important, and also just as a reminder, the server's Discord link and its Trello link are in the description as well. Anyway, that's about it for me. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and peace out.